Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of September 4th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by the Comic Book Store, 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, 08028. Man, forgot where we were all of a sudden.
Do you know where you are?
I don't know. Why did we both go British?
It's my default.
Is it your default? Why wouldn't your default be like Canadian?
It's not a...
Don't tell me it's not a dialect, because it's definitely a dialect.
Sorry.
See, there you go. We're getting started.
True North and all that. Northern Lights. That's what you want, and that's what I'll do, eh? Strange brew. I'm done.
Thank you. That's all going in.
I'm sure.
I like the banter, and so do they.
I don't care what they like.
Yeah, you do.
That shouldn't surprise you. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. No. All right, well, hey, I'm Tim. I'm from Capes and Scowls. You know all this already. We don't have to go through the whole spiel. Let's talk about the trades this week. We've got Disney Frozen. This is a thick Frozen comic. It's only $10.99. That's a pretty sweet deal, actually. We have Batman Damned, which I'm pretty happy they released in hardcover in that magazine size. Sometimes the art doesn't look as good when you shrink it down to regular size. Maybe they'll do that in the future, I don't know, but I like this. Not heavy enough to kill a man. I know you're all thinking it. You could bludgeon him and hurt him pretty badly, but it's too thin. You gotta know your books. We've got Immortal Hulk Volume 4. This book's been stellar because Al Ewing is the man. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We got Venom Unleashed Volume 1. This is Donny Cates with some Stegman action in the middle. This has been pretty solid. I read one of these books. I've read so many weird Carnage offshoots as of late. But if you're into Venom and Carnage, you should enjoy that. Sonic Volume 4. This is still going steady since leaving Archie and going to IDW. I've heard only good things, and we've read at least issue 1.
Definitely read a couple issues, right?
Yeah, War of the Realms, New Agents of Atlas. I don't really know a lot about this. That Amadeus Cho, Totally Awesome Hulk, I just can't. I just cannot. But I am definitely going to read whatever this girl's name is, the girl with the bear. I'm in. When that comes out, I'm in. I'm in. The giant demon bear, kung fu bear. I'm all about it.
Sword Arrow or Sword Master and Arrow have been actually pretty decent.
I'm sure most of them are good. I just can't do Totally Awesome Hulk, so that's why I waited for the other ones. The Joker, his greatest jokes. These are his greatest jokes. It's got a wide mix on the back. Pretty good mix, so if you like the Joker, there's probably some stuff in here you haven't seen. We've got Outcast, Volume 7. This has been going pretty steady, the Kirkman horror book. We have Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, Volume 2. Man, I feel like Volume 1 just came out. It's wild. This one's really thick as well. Catwoman, Volume 2. This has a lot of issues in it. 7 through 13, as well as the annual. It's thick, I says. We've got X-Force, Volume 2. This is the end of the Brisson run. Brisson's awesome, so X-Force. I'm not an X guy, but Brisson's awesome, you know? Finally, we end with Scooby-Doo's Greatest Adventures. This is a $14.99 trade, and it's very thick, and you probably could kill a man with it.
You hit him with the spine.
You gotta hit him just right, but you could kill a man with him. This has a pretty decent mix of Scooby-Doo stuff, some of the team-up stuff, some of the old stuff, the new stuff. I mean, Scooby's been going a while. It just did its 100th issue. So if you have a young reader at home, or if you just love Scooby, either way, this would be for you.
All right, guys, first up, we have House of X issue number 4. Man, the series has still been going great, although the one caveat I will have is that seeing how Powers of X and the revelations that are coming from Powers and House of X, the anguish and the things that you see happening in these issues loses a little bit of its punch. When you read this issue, you'll kind of understand that. It's not a bad thing. It's just that, I see what they're going to be doing, and I don't necessarily... I don't ever really want to figure out the story. Because when you figure out the story, it loses some of its luster. Still a great read, still amazing. It's just that I noticed where they happen to be going with this, and it made me feel a little sad with it. But it's still a great read. Pick it up.
All right, everybody. First up, we have No One Left to Fight. Number 3. You're like, wait a minute, you didn't read number 2 on here. I know. I read that at home. I enjoyed it very much. I loved issue 1. The art's insane. Fico, Oso. I'm so bad with names, it's embarrassing. And Aubrey Sitterson. They're both amazing. This is your DBZ kind of style book. The art is gorgeous. So it's 5 issues, and the pacing is interesting. I have a feeling it's going to do this big DBZ thing, where it's just like insanity in the last 2 issues, because it's got this build that's interesting. I really enjoyed the book. You did get introduced to a new character that seems like a villain, but maybe not. Maybe they're just evil-ish. Because every Dragon Ball character was always a bad guy and then they're a good guy. So, I'm a little on the fence, but I really enjoy this book. I hope they do more beyond the initial miniseries. But if not, I'm happy and enjoying what I got. So, if you slept on this, for shame, and get on it, or wait for the trade. But it's a good book. In a week with a lot of big books that everybody else is going to review, I'm going to tell you what is actually good.
Next up, we have a Die issue number 7. I've been raving about this book since it started. Kieran Gillen just does an amazing job. Stephanie Hans does a spectacular job writing it. We get to see what the other side's going on. 2 of our characters have kind of split off. They want to kind of do their own thing and think that they can do better than Ash. And we kind of find out how bad things have gone for them. And we get to learn more of the Godbinder and Chuck, and how much of a dick Chuck is. And it's a fun read. It's a fun read because it really does humanize every character here. You just get a feel for them and how they want to kind of immerse themselves in the world, but they also realize that it's not a real world. So how much of this emotional baggage do you carry into this world for something that may or may not be reality, or what is the reality? It's such a beautiful read, and it is definitely something you should be picking up. The first trade is out, so you're only 2 issues behind, but it is definitely worth the pickup to check it out.
Next up, we got a book that we have some history with. We love Battlepug, don't we?
Yes, we love Battlepugs.
Battlepugs.
Love
them.
Yes.
Would never drown them. No.
Don't drown them. Don't make the joke about drowning them. Don't do it. I know you want to. I know that's all the reason. I don't even know if you like the book. I just know that you wanted to read this just so you could make a drowning pug reference. Don't do it. Fight the evil within you.
This book is a parody of Conan, and it's a lot of fun. He rides around on a giant pug, and it's fantastic. Here's a really cool, this is the cover to the Compugium. Pugdium? That was the book where we had the whole issue with the drowning pugs. You'll go back and watch it if you want. I'll behave myself. No, I read this because I actually really enjoy the concept of Battlepug. It's like, hey, Conan, but silly. There are some references in here. Like, there's a Russian werebear. It is very, very silly. I don't want to spoil it for you. But basically, he finds out some bad news. You can pick this up having not read everything else. It kind of makes me want to go back and read it. But he is going to have to return to a place he has been before and fight an old threat. And it doesn't look like it's going to be easy for him or his pug, which has several names, some that are silly. He wants to name it something cool like Kill Knuckle, but we'll see what happens. But if you enjoy silly and fun, but also really well thought out fantasy, this is actually perfect. I was very pleasantly surprised. It's by Mike Norton. I don't believe it's that Mike Norton. It's the other Mike Norton. They're both good guys. Just support them both.
What is my pick of the week? It is Archie and Sabrina, Archie Comics issue number 707. I love this book. I'm kind of sad that it's only going to be 5 issues, or a 5-issue arc, but it's been so good. We get to learn how Sabrina and Archie have come together, And I don't know how long this is going to go into the series, but I want it to go on forever. I just feel that they're kind of right for each other. And Sabrina's take on Archie's obsession with Betty and Veronica really gets put into a very interesting perspective in this issue, and it does make a lot of sense. And if you have been reading the newer runs of Archie, you still love the book, but you kind of see where she's coming from in this. And that makes me love this book so much more. And I really do hope that it continues past this 5-issue mini run within the actual run, because it is the original numbering still, but it's like technically a 5-issue mini within the storyline. But do yourselves a favor, pick up the rest of these, because Nick Spencer and Marika Tamaki have been doing an amazing job with this book. And it's definitely one that's been under the radar for a long time, and it shouldn't be. This is definitely should be in your pull bin.
All right, what's my pick of the week? Is it Spawn 300? No. It is Going to the Chapel, issue 1. This is by my favorite new writer, David Pepose. He did Spencer and Locke. I don't know why I blanked on that. Sorry, David. And Gavin Gildry. I want to say Gildry, but that's wrong. Did the art. This story is so much fun. It is about a wedding that is happening out in the desert, and it ends up becoming Die Hard, essentially. It becomes a robbery scenario where a bunch of guys burst into the wedding with guns, dressed like Elvis. It sounds really silly, but it's so clever, and I was shocked at how many surprises I got along the way. We've interviewed David. He's a very good writer. That didn't surprise me, but just the way this was done and the way it was laid out. Very good work. So good for you, David and crew. I enjoyed this book. This book was fantastic. Add it to your bin. If your store doesn't get enough Action Lab, tell them they suck and they need more Action Lab. But yeah, this book was a lot of fun. I recommend it. I always say things are a lot of fun when I think things are good. So, yeah, it's a wedding turned into a heist. Who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love weddings that turn into heists? When's the last wedding you went to that turned into a heist?
I can't remember one.
You're just not living your life, your best life, Paul.
Have you?
All the time. That's why I just don't even go anymore. Bye, everybody. All right, you made it to the end of the video. Thank you guys for checking us out. I thank you for it. Paul thanks you for it. It's just nice to see our fan base slowly growing, and they're like, hey, I like these two knuckleheads that talk about the books. So, thank you. And that's it. It's a simple thank you and goodbye.
Thanks to that random dude that came into the store and recognized Tim.
Yeah. Yeah, some guy came in and he was like, hey, you're that guy from that video. I go, I am that guy from that video. I owned it. It could have been any video, really. Could have been really bad for me. Like, yeah, I'm that guy. And he, like, punches me. He's not even watching these videos. He's talking about some other thing. Dude. He's like, that was you, wasn't it? Yeah, that was me. Punch. That'd have been funny. I just was like, yeah, I'm that guy. Don't even know necessarily what he's talking about.
So shout out to that dude.
Shout out to that dude and his buddy. They were really fun when they came in. So, yeah, if you're in the area of the store, come in. Say hi to me. Yeah, it'll be great. And Australia. That's a commute. That's a commitment.
Just a